by the Gulf at dawn, cold heavy with the years. The urn shook in your hand like it remembered every tear. You tipped it slow, gray met the sea, a soft and holy storm. But the wind stayed still, the ash came home and landed on your form. That cross at your neck turned cold, waves hissed like a prayer. And every sin you buried once came up for breath right there. You said, rest easy, Mom, voice rough like sand and gin. The sea replied, love don't fade, it just began. Love returns, even as dust. The wind don't move, but it still trusts. You let her go, she came through the rust. Love returns, even as dust. If guilt's a tide, it'll pull, not crush. If fate's a wound, it bleeds in her. Love returns, even as dust. You lit a matchbox rosary, flame bowed but didn't die. The smoke curled up like her old hand, still blessing from the sky. You laughed once through the salt and said, guess I'm my father's son. Built from loss and gasoline, but still I ain't come undone. The devil leaned in from the tide. You feel a ghost tonight. You said I do, and that's alright. She's my kind of light. You wiped the ash off your sleeve, felt peace cut through the den. Stan said love false, said grief. You said I'm still in. Love returns, even as dust. The sea don't steal, it just reminds us. You let her go, but she found your trust. Love returns, even as dust. If grace is a flame, let it rise from rust. If truth is a ghost, it still walks with us. Love returns, even as dust. And it lives where you still must. Skin went rotten, so I shaved bone thin. Made me a pen from a rib, let the vow begin. Gravel in my teeth, cold steel on my tongue. Stain on a cracked glass, winks like a gun. I kneel to the slab where the names wore off. Blue ash from the cross till the shadows call. I ain't ask heaven, stone knows tone. I press down hard and it hums my own. I said, boy, you ain't clean. I grin, I'm known. If grace won't sign me in ink, I'll sign in bone. Let blood be wax, let truth be blade. I'll count what I keep, and I'll keep what I made. They took my flesh, I carved my vow in bone. Etched it in stone till the stone sang, oh, no priest, no seal, just a scar that owns. If sin is a debt, let the ledger tone. Tone. Raised your love, burns lost to ash. I said yours burns hotter, turns chains to brass. Shares Bible on the hood, page pink with rain. A lock of her hair marks Luke in pain. I slice my palm, 2 drops, no lies. Wipe them slow where the truth still dries. The slab glows faint like a coal below. I read my cut like a sermon I know. Devil draw a sign here, God whispers wait. I answer both, I'll carry my weight. If heaven wants proof, let the gravel moan. My vow is a road that remembers my tone. They took my flesh, I carved my vow in bone. Chiseled the hush till the hush rang bow. No choir to back me, just wind and stone. And a blade that writes what a mouth won't hold. If mercy is real, it'll find me alone. Cold light on the cut, but the cut sounds home. He learned to breathe where the smoke don't clear. Learned that silence can still sear. Paint out a voice that whispers slow. You can break, but you can still grow. Every scar turned into script. Every doubt another hymn to grip. He wasn't fighting steel or flame. He was shaping the ghost that wore his name. He said, if heaven ain't calling, I'll call myself. No savior left, no Bible on the shelf. If truth's too loud, let sin be string. I'll bleed in key and I'll make it sing. They broke his soul till it rang like stone. Fire in his throat, but the tone is on. When the hammer came down, he didn't scream. He laughed through the heat, lived inside the gleam. If the world says stop, he'll swing again. 'Cause broken things remember me. He don't chase light, he makes it burn. 'Cause his faith in every turn. He can steal his name, his skin, his gold, but you can't touch the vow he told. He don't pray for peace or grace, just enough fire to hold his place. Every hit that life might bring, he'll turn to rhythm, he'll make it sing. Devil said, boy, you're almost done. He's my good means I've just devil still can sing. They broke his soul till it rang like stone, blood on his hands, but the faith is on. When the hammer came down, he didn't bleed. He rose from the dust like a gospel seed. No priest, no crown, just heart and sting. And the anvil learned to sing. I hit that gravel, chest split open like a red moon in my chest. Dust rolled my name in hash, one to heaven, one to death. My mirror cracked, my face turned black, cold steel on my throat. She said, you still alive. I smiled through the smoke. I ain't been right since that night. I stopped praying to be saved. Guess the devil didn't take me, he just let me stay. I pressed across to the wound, heard it hiss like sin on fire. Boy, the dark said, kneel or rise. I said, I'm tired. Dark laughed in my face, then lit me from below. Turned my open wound into a lantern's glow. I ain't holy, ain't clean, still I let it show. Darkness mocked me, then made me glow. If guilt's a river, I waded slow. If love's a wildfire, I let it grow. I took the blame like a brand I chose. Darkness mocked me, then made me glow. I walked in the chapel where the saints had burned. Every halo coat cracked, every lesson unlearned. A woman's voice in the candle smoke said, pain ain't what you think. I drank that fire like communion, watch my shadow blink. Devil lean close, you want power, son? I said power's just the shape of what I've done. I washed my hands in dust and ash, but the stain held true. Stan said love and fall, said you. Dog up in my face, then lit me from below. Turned my open wound into a lantern's glow. I only ain't clean, still I let it show. Darkness mocked me, then made me glow. I kiss my curse like a ring I own. I wore my fall like a crown of thorns. If grace won't take me, I'll carve my road. Darkness mocked me, then made me glow. Midnight dirt took your boots, you drove that blade down to the hill. Head bowed low like church, shoulders loud with guilt. When his songs through wild, coyotes stitched the night. You said if mercy's real, then meet me in this light. Your knuckles smell like smoke, your breath like bitter gin. The steel went quiet, shook once like it wanted to confess its sin. You touched the cross on your neck, felt blood turn thin. Say it, the dark dead, you answer, let the rust begin. Even weapons want peace but you're done with the blood. Even weapons want peace when they've killed enough. Dawn came copper, orange rush, blooming round the blade. Graveyard fog on the pasture, your shadow wouldn't fade. She stepped out slow from the truck, eyes red, jaw set. Said you're choosing me or war. You said I ain't running yet. The devil grinned from a broken mirror stuck in the mud. You want power, he whispered. You said power's just paid in blood. You washed your hands with dust, whisper name I called. Stan said love, Neil said sin. You planted steel and chose the cross. Even weapons want peace when they've killed enough. You left your blade praying let the morning be rough. If grace is a river, you'll wade through the flood. If truth needs a covenant, you'll sign it in blood. You wear your blame like a brain, but you ain't giving up. Even weapons want peace. And you finally called his bluff. Called his bluff. They swung that steel, told your name, thought pain would make you kneel, but you've been cracked long before they came. Now you're forging steel dust on your coat, wind full of spite. Cross chain, kiss the rust, you didn't flinch, just watch the edge fall back into dust. The preacher whispered he's gone too far, the echo laughed instead. You said I ain't unbreakable, just unbeing led. You wiped the blood with the back of your hand, break or stand, the doc asked, you said I stand. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. You've been bent by fire, healed by trial. Resilience lasts when rage turns wild. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. If guilt's a chain, you wear it mild. If truth cuts deep, it's worth the style. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. Carved your vow on canyon rock, sparks dancing down the slope. Faith don't live in comfort, son, it hides inside the smoke. A woman's voice came soft through flame. Ain't you tired yet? You said I ain't chasing mercy, just the place my scars were set. The devil grinned, knife in his teeth, still think you'll heal. You said, boy, I already did. When the edge learned how to feel, you touched that scar and laughed a while. Break or burn the dark, ask, I'll reconcile. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. You've been torn by loss, rebuilt in style. Resilience lasts where rage goes vile. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. If grace is a storm, you'll walk its aisle. If peace is a scar, you'll wear it worthwhile. And the stone just smiled. Doc said, son, your ticker quit. I heard the room go thin. Fluorescent buzz like hornets, cold burn through my skin. So I drum my ribs for bail, jailhouse hands on bone. Said, Lord, if time don't want me back, I'll make my own. Whiskey ghosts on my breath, wire cross on my chest. I felt a knock inside the door, one tap, then the rest. I pressed that crooked cross to sternum, steam kissed steel, rise or ride the night ass low. I said I choose real. They told me I gone quiet, no drum left under skin, but my soul beat bone like thunder till the day broke in. I lost rhythm, but I found reason, raised a dead heart in the season. If grace counts time, I'll keep it even. I lost rhythm, but I found reason. Whoa, I lost rhythm. Said truth, I said I'll pay clean. They told me I'd gone quiet, no drum left under skin, but my soul beat bone like thunder till the day broke in. I lost rhythm, but I found reason, kept my oath against the treason. If grace is time, then this is treason. To death itself I found my reason. Neon hissed at 2 a.m., motel sing full of rain. I swung on glass till the face went black, still heard my name. Silver snow shards on town, my knuckles rolled in red. Boy, I said into the crack, how far till I ain't led. Bible page under the faucet, bled ink like wine. A nickel cross on my chest felt heavy as time. I pressed that cross to my lip, tasted iron and smoke. Speak plain, I told the dog said, you broke. When reflection failed, true spoke. Shards in my name like a choir of ghosts. I ain't holy, I ain't clean, but I'm done with the joke. When reflection failed, true spoke. If guilt is a river, I carry the boat. If love is a fire, I'll breathe in the smoke. I broke the mirror just to learn what I broke. When reflection failed, true spoke. Sun crawled in under the blind, does dance and go. She knocked once, kicked twice, open up, be bold. You love your sins more than me, no, I love the dead I owe. Devil grinned from a short way of power, I said I wear truth in mouthpiece to keep the voice fed. I washed that cutting ash and spit, whispered, call me by name. Stand, said love pays, said faith on, said shame. When reflection fell, true spoke. Shots in my name like a choir of ghosts. I ain't holy, ain't clean, but I'm done with the joke. When reflection fell, true spoke. If grace is a verdict, I'll carry the note. If mercy's a blade, let it shave my throat. I broke the mirror, but I kept the hope. When reflection fell, true spoke. True spoke. 1:17 a.m., fresh dirt cold, I felt the shovels weigh. They dropped me under a crooked cross to let my silence wait. Road burned wrist, mud in my teeth, a nickel cross on string. I grinned and pitched, spit grit, her roots and worms all sing. Bury my name, I'm out the clay hell, write it twice in stone. Breath is locked, my will still walks through marrow, dust and bone. I kissed that cross against my chest, tasted rust and rain. Rise or rot the dark, asked low, I said I'll carry blame. They laid me down to keep me still, but I shook the hill. Death only hides breath, not will. If guilt's a river, I waited till the current knows my name, and still they packed me deep, but I laughed uphill. Death only hides breath, not will. Dawn bled thin through cedar roots, I heard a booth heel stall. Sheriff's hymn and preacher's call, two shadows by the pall. My woman's cry cut through the frost. If you can hear me choose, I answered back through ribbon rock, I'll pay what truth accrues. I split my thumb on rosary steel, drew circles in the loam. A blood-wet ring beneath the cross to bind me to my oath. I washed that cup with ash and spit, let breath run thin but steady. Stan said love, Neil said fear, I whispered I'm all ready. They laid me down to keep me still, but I shook the hill. Death only hides breath, not will. If grace is a blade, let it shave my thrill. If mercy's a toll, I pay that bill. They sealed my mouth, but my bones sank still. Death only hides breath, not will. They tried to stop me dying, not still. Midnight drywall, motel cross, nail bed in the paint. Old line hanging by a lane, started buzzing like a saint. No wind, no window, just my name knocking bones. Whiskey breath, cracked mirror, phone full of ghosts. I tapped my ribs for time, heard a jailhouse drum inside. Said if I ever read it all, it's from the lies I hide. I pressed that nickel cross to skin till it stung like bread. Rise or run, the dark asked me, I said I'll take the stand. That chain shook without hands, calling me by name. Freedom echoes long after escape. I ain't holy, ain't clean, but I won't dodge the blame. Freedom echoes long after escape. If guilt is a river, I'll wade it away. If mercy's a blade, let it shave what's fake. That chain on the wall rang true through the ache. Freedom echoes long after escape. I took that length of rusted lanes, wrapped once round my fist, walked out back of the neon lot where the cottonwoods hissed. She pulled up slow, lights low. You done with being on? I said I'm done with running fast and dying slow alone. The devil wink from the mirror glass, wear power like a crown. I cut my palm, fed iron red, I'll pay and put it down. I washed the cut with ash and spit, breathe steady plain. Stan said love, Neil said shame. I said I'll carry the chain. My chain shook without hands, calling me by name. Freedom echoes long after escape. I ain't holy, ain't clean, but I'm done with the game. Freedom echoes long after escape. If grace is a verdict, I'll sign it in flame. If truth is a toll, I'll pay it the same. The wall stopped shaking when I spoke it straight. Freedom echoes long after escape. You drop by the rail of dust, gun smoke in your lungs. Ground took your knees, but the story just begun. Moonlight carved your name on dust, cold steel kiss your chest. You felt like thunder hit the ground, but your shadow never rests. Cross chain swayed in the dirt, whisper of a prayer half said. You might have gone quiet, boy, but your darkness stayed instead. You asked the dark, you still here, friend? It grinned and said, till your sins end. Even darkness learns loyalty. When breath gives out, it keeps your creed. When breath gives out, it keeps your creed. Your shadow stood when your body bled. Still guarding what you used to be. If waste is a chain, it don't let free. If guilt's a chain, it don't let flee. If fate's a ghost, it bows to thee. Even darkness learns loyalty. Loyalty. cold black sky. He snapped a knuckle bone, dipped it in red, then wrote his hymns on granite cold as stone. When true prayers to iron dust, his breath came sharp and slow. He said, count every lie I told and watch the letters glow. Nickel cross on leather string hung heavy, burned his throat. He squared his jaw against the dark and carved another note. He pressed the cross to skin teeth, steam rose thin and sweet. Speak plain, he told the night said pay, repeat. He used blood for ink, wrote songs on stone. Rain tried to wash it, but the mountain knew the tone. He ain't holy, ain't clean, still he stands and knows. Faith ain't learned, it's bled in a bone. If guilt is a river, he'll wait it alone. If mercy's a knife, let it sharpen the soul. He used blood for ink, wrote songs on stone. Faith ain't learned, it's bled in it whole. She said he answered truth to size. The devil winked from shattered shell where power skipped the pain. He laughed like gravel in a can. Power's cheap, I'll pay the same. He split his thumb, drew one last ring, signed dead beneath his name. Then kissed the cross and let it hiss, red smoke that rose like flame. He washed the cut with dust and spit, held steady through the sting. Stand said love, kneel said fear, he said I'll do the thing. His blood for ink, wrote songs on stone. Rain tried to wash it, but the mountain claimed its own. He ain't holy, ain't clean, but he names what he's owed. Faith ain't learned, it's bled till it glows. If grace is a verdict, he'll carry the tone. If truth is a toll, he'll pay it in full. He used blood for ink, wrote songs on stone. Faith ain't learned, it's bled in the bone. Sun-baked noon to midnight smoke, my acres turn to white. Fence posts grown like church bones, coyotes hymn the fire. I walk that blackened mile of ground, boots chewing cinder rain. Said, Lord, if loss is what I own, then brand it with my name. Ash in my teeth, a nickel cross hot on my skin. I tap my ribs for time till something kick within. I press that cross to my chest, heard steam kiss steel. Run or rise, the dark as low, I said I choose real. I saw grass stand after fire, green knives through cold. Destruction's just the soil of defiance in the soul. I ain't holy, ain't clean, but I'm done playing cold. I saw grass stand after fire, I'm crawling back to whole. If guilt is a river, I'll ford it slow. If mercy's a blade, let it shave me close. I saw grass stand after fire, and I rose. She met me by the well, red jaw said, do you love the fight more than me? I said, I owe this debt. The devil winked in a gasoline sheen where power skipped the pain. I laughed like gravel in a can. Power's cheap, I'll pay the same. I split my thumb, drew one red ring on a shovel blade. Buried our letters in a furrow where the roots get made. I washed that cup with dust and spit, kept breathing plain. Stan said love, Neil said shame. I said I'll plant the pain. I saw grass stand after fire, green knife through cold. Destruction's just the soil of defiance in the soul. I ain't holy, ain't clean, but I'm done being a ghost. I saw grass stand after fire, I'm staking back my pole. Stiff grace is a verdict, carve it in lone. If truth needs a tide, I'll pay it in bone. I saw grass stand after fire, and I came home. They swung that steel to split my skin. Thought pain would teach me right, but I've been cracked before they came. Now I just hold like this, a wind whistle through my ribs, sand clinging to my grin, blood dry black on a leather book, the gospel of my sin. A sheriff's star half buried there, my name carved in the dust. They said you hard as hell. I said nah, I just remember us. I pressed my palm to the cut, felt heat turn clean, break about the dark. Asked me, I said I leaned. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. Been through hell, came I reconciled. Resilience lasts where rage runs wild. Blade broke, I just smile. If guilt is a chain, I'll swing it proud. If truth cuts deep, I'll bleed it loud. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. I prayed in dirt, I've lied in flame. I've won both crown and bruised. Every loss I ever kept was just a dead I choose. She said you ain't afraid to die. I said I've done it once or twice. Each time I wake, my soul comes back with one less need for vice. The devil tried to sell me peace. I told him keep the cost. Faith ain't something you learn, son, it's what you earn when lost. I washed that scar with blood and spit, heard laughter crawl through pain. Stan said love, Ben said shame. I said I'll take the strain. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. Been through hell, came out reconciled. Resilience lasts where rage runs wild. The blade broke, I just smile. If grace is a hammer, let it strike me mild. If mercy's a mirror, I'll face it a while. The blade broke and the stone just smiled. black pistol smoked in hand. Moonlight carved his outline, dust swallowed a man. Wind crawled quiet across the ridge, bones humming low. His hat rolled off in the dark, but his shadow didn't go. Blood-soaked gravel red, the cross swung like a bell. That shape just stood there breathing, like it knew him well. The preacher says souls don't linger long, but the dark replied, you're wrong. Even darkness learns loyalty. When flesh gives out, it keeps the creed. That shadow stood when the man went weak, still guarding what it used to be. If guilt's a chain, it won't let free. If love's a ghost, it'll kneel, not flee. Even darkness learns loyalty, and that's what keeps the night from sleeping. Dawn slid pale across the field, buzzards drew their rings. Deputy said he's cold for good, the shadow didn't shrink. A woman in a torn red coat, dry roses in the dust. She whispered he lied, he fought, but he was one I trust. The devil grinned from behind the cross, claimed what's left of him. The shadow shook once, raised his chin. You'll never step within. The dirt was warm, the soul half lit, the world held still. The stand said faith, fall said sin. It said I will. Even darkness learns loyalty. When the body breaks, it keeps the creed. That shadow stood when the man fell free, still guarding what he used to be. If grace is a storm, let it wash, not steal. If truth cuts deep, let the wound stay real. Even darkness learns loyalty, and that's the part of him still breathing. I drove her to the goal, sky cracked like a nail on tin. Salt and thunder talking low, felt like the world leaning in. I opened that lid like a prayer, let gray fall through my hand. But the ash came back upstream, kissed my coat, said understand. Boots sunk deep in wet black sand, cross-chain cold as bone. The ocean swallowed her voice, but left me not alone. I said, go in peace. The dark said she already did, and the tide rose slow like breath she hid. Love returns, even the sea can't drown what's just I threw her away, but she came through the rust. Love returns, if guilt is a sea, I wait not cuss. If mercy's a flame, my God is hush. Love returns, even as does.
Next morning, dawn broke gold on black ghosts crying sharp as knives. I saw her face in the tide foam flash like something still alive.
The devil leaned in from the pier rail, you can't let her go. I said, boy, I did. She just chose to follow slow. You dug that trench, your hands still red. Night smelled like iron rain. Found a shell half bit by dirt, a ghost that once knew pain. You turned it slow between your palms, said maybe this'll grow. Buried it deep beneath the moon, where even mercy won't go. Windless field, no bird in sight, just silence thick as sin. You spat your past into the hole, said let the bloom begin. You pressed your palm to the soil, heard metal hum below. Break or bloom, the dark asked you, you said we'll know. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. Blood makes roots in the jaw of night. You planted pain, it came back bright. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. If guilt is the rain, let it fall all night. If faith is a scar, let it catch the light. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. Weeks gone dry, then thunder sang. The earth began to bleed. A single stem broke through the dirt like truth you never need. She came and saw the crimson bloom, said what's that flower's name? You smile like someone who's confessed. Is forgiveness wearing flame? The devil leaned against the tree. You proud of what you've done? You said I just taught death how to grow, and now we're even, son. You brushed the dust off the bloom, felt heat where cold once lied. Stan said love false, said pride. You said I've tried. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. Blood makes roots in the jaw of night. You planted pain, it came back bright.
Violence feeds beauty
If you bury it right. If grace is a wound, let it sing through the fight. If truth is a ghost, let it walk in the light.
Violence feeds beauty
If you bury it right. And that flower still burns tonight. I found that around in the dirt and rain, heard ghosts hum through the shell. A prayer still burned in the cold brass vein. I knew its kind too well. I dug a hole with a busted blade, said maybe peace can grow. Buried it deep beneath the clay, where hate don't ever go. Sky was good, metal quiet, air smelled like lead and sweat. I marked the grave with a scar out and whispered not done yet. I pressed my palm to the ground, felt the war still hum inside. Bloom or burn, the dark asked me, I said, let it decide. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. Blood turns seed in the jaw of night. I planted sin, it came back bright. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. If guilt's a rain, let it fall all night. If mercy's a wound, let it shine in light. Violence feeds beauty if you bury it right. Months slid by, the earth cracked red, a stem cut through the scar. Looked like fire, learned to pray, like heaven leaned too far. She found me kneeling by that bloom, said you still fighting ghosts. I said only when they talk too soft, they harm what hurts the most. The devil grinned through the thorn, said that's mine you raised. I said then you should have kept it buried where the blood still stays. I washed that bloom with dust and spit, kept breath slow and tight. man said love, false said fear. I said, alright.